here we are, changing the pads on the Mazda Bongo. First thing you have to do, get a new set of pads. Second thing, jack it up. I'm using the actual jack from the vehicle. It takes longer than a hydraulic, but it's just as good. Take the wheel off. I've undone 2 of the nuts. Before you jack it up, slacken the nuts, so then it's guaranteed that you'll be able to turn the nuts. If they're very tight, even the brake may not hold the wheel when you try and take the nuts off. Depends how good your handbrake is, really. So that's put it down there. So once you've got the nuts off, take the wheel off. Now, it's always a good idea to not entirely rely on the jack for supporting the vehicle. So, rather than digging out the axle stands, put the wheel underneath, so that if the jack does give way, the wheel will stop it from falling all the way on the floor onto you. Right, next thing I'm suggesting, don't really know, I would think these nuts, bolts will have to come out. That should be the adjustment bolt as well. Oh, what I have forgotten to do is, before you start, you really need to loosen the cap on the hydraulic brake reservoir. Doing this one-handed. So that's going to be the hydraulic brake reservoir. Now that looks quite full, so probably before we do both, I'm going to have to put a cloth around there, make sure that it soaks up any of the hydraulic fluid, because if someone's topped the hydraulic fluid up when the brake pads have been worn, it's going to go over the top. Right, so let's see, can we get some? You need to be able to. Right, there we go, got that sorted. Using an old screwdriver, you're only prizing it. Get it started. So you're pulling the piston back into its reservoir. Normally they're quite easy once you've got them started. Right, what we'll do, I think, that looks about M14. It's bigger, unless that, no, that's my 13, so no wonder 14 is in the wrong slot. Yeah, 14mm. Right, that's on. Those will be tight, you want them to be tight. I hope they will be tight. Ow! That's tough. Oh yeah! Ow. Dusty head now. What's wrong with that? Might just be able to swing it out of the way on one bolt. We'll see. So that's your adjustment bolt, should come all the way out like that. Should have grease on it. It does. That is not going to swing all the way out. I will have to get this bolt off. Right, that took about 5 minutes to free it off. Ended up Tommy bar, which has been previously bent and doing tight stuff, the socket on the end, and then an extension bar which doesn't fit this socket set, but it worked. It's very tight. It's also been previously half rounded, so I'm going to have to see if I can get a new bolt. The top one's a new bolt, so someone's obviously had half the problem before of rounded bolts. If you look at the comparison between the two, this one's much rustier. Anyway, so that's the bolts out. Swing that out of the way. Don't let it hang by the hose. Just put it somewhere like convenient, like there on the back axle, and that's the job almost done. Now, provided we've got the right pads. Look, about the same. Right, the other side I think is worse. Here's a top tip. If you open the box, open it from the bottom. That way you can glue it back together again if you've got the wrong pads, and you don't break the seal, which they aren't happy about when you break the seal, then take them back saying, oh, you give me the wrong pads. So that just bypasses the security seal. Right, so there's two different pads. There's one with a clip on, which goes on the inside. You need to keep all this other, it's like anti-squeal gear, so that's the old pad. New pad, don't touch the pad surface. Yep. Right, yeah, so they're handed as well. So make sure you get the right pad for the right size, the one that matches the pad that you took off. I don't think the other pads, the outside pads, are handed. There's a spring clip, which will be to force the pads away from the disc ever so slightly after you've let your brake off, and then that should slide straight over the top, which it does. Right, I'm going to put right there. I'm going to put the old bolt back in. It should be easy to get out. Make sure you've got that seal correct. Push the seal in first slightly. And then tighten the bolts up. Screw them in by hand first, it's quicker. Put the socket on and then screw it up. If you have a Payne's manual, there will be a torque figure. Remember to tighten them up. A 3 knuckle wang is good. Right, so I'm going to have to get a new bolt for the bottom one and replace that bolt, because otherwise when it comes to be replaced again in, I don't know, a couple of years time, that's going to be on there so tight that it's only just going to turn. Right, so that's how quick it is to change the pads on a Mazda Bongo. About 10 minutes each side, like that. I've obviously not finished yet, I've got to put the wheel back on, but that's the job done. After you have finished putting the pads on, make sure that before you drive, you pump the brake pedal until it goes hard. I have once not done so, and it frightens the living daylights out of you when you come to stop and you've got no brakes whatsoever. So it takes about, depends, 3 or 4 pumps normally. Right, cheers, see you next time. If you like the video, please thumb it up and subscribe for more future videos. Cheers, bye.